8 amazing concepts of the future. 1. Nuclear-powered sky hotel. Al Ghaili proposed a giant nuclear-powered sky hotel named Sky Cruise, which could accommodate 5,000 passengers. Like an enormous, winged, futuristic-looking cruise liner, it would be fueled by 20 electric engines, with a small nuclear reactor using highly controlled fusion reaction to provide the Sky Hotel with unlimited energy. As such, the hotel would never run out of power and could remain suspended in the air for several years, without ever touching the ground. Both supplies and passengers would be delivered to the hotel via traditional commercial jets. All maintenance and repairs would also be conducted mid-air. Suspended high above the clouds, the Sky Hotel would feature a large, panoramic hall, offering 360-degree views of the skies. A lift would connect this space to the main entertainment deck, which would be home to shopping malls, sports centers, swimming pools, restaurants, bars, children's playgrounds, theaters, and cinemas. A separate section of the airborne hotel would be dedicated to events and business meetings, as well as wedding halls. Incorporated into the design are balconies and viewing domes attached to each side of the structure, where guests could indulge in some high-level stargazing. 2. Hyperion XP1. This new H2 vehicle from the startup based in California boasts 2,000 horsepower. The Hyperion XP1 was first announced in August 2020. This hydrogen car boasts a range of a whopping 1,016 miles, 1,635 kilometers per full tank. The H2 tank is carbon fiber and can be refueled in under 5 minutes. The powertrain is made up of fuel cells, and instead of batteries it has supercapacitors, as well as a 3-speed transmission and 4 axial flux electric motors that drive all 4 wheels. The XP1 hydrogen car is notably lighter than electric hypercars, at only 2,275 pounds, 1,032 kilograms. Much of the weight savings is credited to the vehicle's carbon titanium monocoque structure, as well as the titanium reinforced composite bodywork, aluminum alloy suspension, and the fact that it does not require a substantial battery pack. 3. DeLorean Aerospace DR7. The DeLorean Aerospace DR7 is a twin forward and rear tilt propeller flying car developed for personal use. The forward and rear propellers is capable of 360-degree forward or back tilt. In vertical mode, the DeLorean is able to achieve vertical takeoff and landing, VTOL. As the propellers tilt more toward a horizontal position, it enters cruising mode. The front system is a tractor propeller and the rear prop a pusher. The counter-spinning fans help stabilize the DR7 as well as provide roll in your control while hovering and yaw while in cruising flight. The thrust vectoring system precludes the need of a rudder. The fuselage acts as an airfoil with stall-resistant canard. The design increases efficiency and decreases stall resistance to low speeds. The DR7 have a cruising speed of 241 km per hour with a top speed of 389 km per hour. At full speed the range is 193 km. The DR7 will carry 2 passengers in a tandem configuration. It is 6 m long with a wingspan of 5.6 m. The wings will fold the vehicle to a 2.3 m width, allowing it to fit in a garage. DeLorean intends for the vehicle to be a high-end flying car for commuting and personal travel. Costs are expected to be in the $250,000, $300,000 range. A 1/3 scale proof of concept composite aircraft has been tested successfully. There is no hard timeline for additional tests, and the company is currently seeking investors for a full-sized prototype. DeLorean Aerospace was founded in 2012 by Paul DeLorean, the nephew of famous car designer John DeLorean. 4. Yacht V2. To kick off 2022 on a high note, the design studio introduced the Air Yacht, a new hybrid concept that was just what its name implied, a superyacht for the skies. Technically, the Air Yacht is a blimp that can also float, so while that's not the innovative part, it stands out for how luxurious it is. Or, better said, for how luxurious Lazzarini imagines it could be. The design studio debuted the updated version, aptly called Air Yacht V2. It's bigger, it's faster, and it comes with a much sleeker and futuristic-looking central hull. The Lazzarini Air Yacht is designed to include two 150-meter-long blimps that hold 14,125,867 cubic feet of helium. The helium is kept in a hive structure, so you can dismiss that image of an exploding zeppelin from your mind. Besides, that was hydrogen, not helium. Situated between the two blimps is a torpedo-shaped structure that is connected to the balloons with 8 carbon fiber bridges, 4 on each side. The central hull features a master cabin, dining area, and living area. The craft features 10 guest suites, each offering a 360-degree view and creating berths for 22 passengers. The blimps allow you to float on water or in the air. The air yacht will be equipped with 8 counter-rotating electric engines that pull their power from batteries as well as solar panels. The design of the ship claims that it will be able to travel in the sky at 60 knots for more than 2 days straight, all without any emissions. On the water, the airship travels at 5 knots. 5. Mercedes Vision EQXX. The overarching goal set for the EQXX team was to achieve a single-digit kilowatt-hour, 100 kilometer consumption figure, 9 kilowatt-hour or 100 kilometer equals 233 miles per gallon E. The Riviera run yielded an overachieving 8.7 kilowatt-hours per 100 kilometers, 241 miles per gallon E. The team prioritized its efforts proportionately to the forces acting on such an electric compact sedan at speed. 62% of the energy expended goes to overcome aerodynamic forces, 20% to overcoming the vehicle's weight and rolling resistance, and 18% goes to drivetrain losses. Mercedes has yet to divulge full specifications on the EQXX's battery and motor, except to say that they operate at 900 volts to further reduce amperage, cabling size, and mass, and overall system losses. The battery still utilizes nickel-manganese cobalt chemistry employing high silicon anodes, and is said to deliver 95% of input energy to propulsion. Mercedes claims the EQXX tips its scales at 3,870 pounds, a bit less than the 3,902 pound single-motor Tesla Model 3 long range we weighed in 2017, with a smaller 75 kilowatt-hour pack. A more energy-dense battery pack that relies on passive cooling is partly responsible. The body structure employs a megacasting in the rear that, unlike the one in the Tesla Model Y, features bionic design. The team utilized ZBrush digital sculpting software, like Disney or Pixar used to render Shrek, to shape this megacasting, as well as the cast front shock towers, die-cast rear shoulder belt anchors, and the 3D printed aluminum windshield wiper motor support. These parts only feature metal where mechanical stresses require it, with lightening holes where no stress flows. Where necessary, these holes are covered by UBX polymer panels produced from post-consumer waste. There are also composite springs, a carbon fiber rear motor carrier, and aluminum brake rotors. 6. Velox V. Analysis has shown that Velox's for aerodynamics were critical, said the team's current PR manager Dylan Cranen. Critical means the aerodynamic form was vulnerable to disturbances such as transverse winds. These would perturb the flow around the hull and increase the drag. The large air vent opening in the front, made especially for the hour speed record, also disturbed the airflow. During the 10-minute sprint for the world speed record, a smaller air opening would do. The team now focuses on the World Human-Powered Speed Challenge on Battle Mountain in September. That allows them to make a smaller air vent and make the aerodynamics of the hull less critical. Another adaptation is the split line, where the two parts of the cocoon are joined. Instead of a horizontal line, the team now chooses for a swoof, running from below just behind the front wheel to the top of the hull at the back. That way, it's positioned on the transition zone from laminar to turbulent flow. Here the influence of unevenness on the airflow should be minimal. 7. Hill HX50. HX50 is the helicopter you have always wanted, exquisite in every detail, combining exceptional performance, safety and ease of flying with an outstanding ownership model. Designed by a team of hand-selected, highly skilled engineers led by aeronautics engineer Dr. Jason Hill, Ph.D., the HX50 is a fusion of refined performance and artistic elegance. Its composite structure and rotor system, optimized engine, reimagined avionics, and elevated interior design together make the HX50 a high-tech and high-performance personal aircraft. HX50 is the first clean-sheet helicopter in decades. Everything about this aircraft is new technology. hence the company's own GT52 spool turboshaft engine, optimized for high efficiency, low fuel consumption and long life. It'll make 500 horsepower all day long, and can deliver bursts of as much as 500 horsepower in an emergency situation for 30 seconds. Hill Helicopters is designing the striking HX50 from the component level up. In addition to designing a futuristic and glamorous-looking airframe, the manufacturer is developing its own 500 horsepower turbine engine, the GT50, to power the aircraft, and creating its own avionics suite, the Hill Digital Cockpit. 8. Pearl Suites. Floating houses are becoming popular with time, and there are many examples we have been through in the recent past. This time, Lazzarini Design Studio takes the concept of over-water architecture to a new height with its new Pearl Suites. The company aims to develop a resort of floating suites with space for parking personal vehicles. The Pearl Suite offers 22 square meter interior space and has a deck. Each unit has a kitchen, toilet, and a transforming bedroom or studio. They use electric propulsion for movement in the water, but presumably, the resident shouldn't feel the movement inside. These floating suites are designed to provide maximum comfort to people wanting to enjoy a night or two in the middle of a water body. There are multiple possibilities to open the roof, keep the roof partially opened with the photochromic glass shield, or completely cover the unit for full privacy. It depends on the inhabitants. The Pearl Suites will be built with modern nautical techniques based on an enforced main shell connected with a circular hull. The main power will be drawn from solar energy, but there is also an option to opt for a hydrogen fuel cell generator.